Hi, I am Cynthia from GEMS Polytechnic College. We have already seen lecture 1. So now we are going to see the lecture 2 about unit 1. Okay, overview on estimating. So the content of the lecture. Okay, so what are the contents we are going to see in this lecture means meaning of the terms. Okay, meaning of the terms, estimating and costing. Then requirement for preparing an estimate. Then what is the purpose of estimation? Then types of estimate. Then we have two types, right? Approximate estimate, detailed estimate. So what is approximate estimate and its brief explanation? Then uses of approximate estimate. Then what are the methods of preparing approximate estimate? Then the methods of preparing approximate estimate, we are going to see only two methods in this lecture. So first is plinth area rate method, then cubical content method. Okay, then the sum. So this is about the first unit, unit 1. We are going to enter into unit 1, overview of estimating and costing. Okay, so first we are going to study meaning of the terms estimating and costing. Okay, so as we have just saw an introduction about estimating and costing. So estimating means it is a technique of calculating or computing the various quantities and the expected expenditure to be incurred on a particular work or project. So it is a technique of calculating or computing the various quantities. Okay, so already I have told, but I need to give just an intro about this. So while doing construction work, we need to calculate the various quantities. Okay, various materials and its quantities. It is a technique of calculating the various quantities. Okay, so we use so many materials, right? That quantities should be calculated, and the expected expenditure. Expenditure means how much money we need to spend for the project to be incurred on a particular work or project. Incurred means within that amount. Okay, within that we have we will always fix some budget to do a project. So incurred means within that amount we have to do a particular work or project. Okay, so estimating means it is a technique of calculating the quantities and the expected expenditure. Okay, it's a cost. So this is about the first slide. Then the second one, what is costing? Okay, costing means finding the cost of each items. So costing is done after execution of any project or job. It is an art of calculating the quantities of various items of work that is required to be executed for completion of any work and finding the cost of each items. So costing means while doing a project, we need to analyze how much cost is needed for up to from the starting to the completion of the project. Okay, finding the cost of each items. If we use for concrete, if you are using cement, if you're using some aggregate, so each and every items and its quantity and its cost. Okay, that is the by calculating the material and its quantities and its cost is called estimating and costing. Okay, overall cost of each items. Okay, this is about costing. Then what are the requirements? In the next slide we are going to see what are the requirements for preparing an estimate. Okay, so if we need to, if you are starting a construction means we need to prepare an estimate. Okay, so for preparing an estimate estimation, we need to have these requirements like drawing. Okay, plan, elevation, sections. Okay, of the building. Then detailed specifications about workmanship, and properties of materials. Okay, so specifications means nothing but it is a description. Okay, detailed description about workmanship. Workmanship means it is a art or a skill of a labor. Okay, how much the work can be done by a man. Okay, that is workmanship. And the properties of materials. Okay, so it is about a description, detailed description about work of a man and properties of the material. Okay, if we are using some material means we should be aware of all the details about that materials, whether we can use this or not. Okay, so that a detailed description, okay, for preparing an estimate we should have. Then the third one is standard schedule of rates of the current year. So, so in the lecture one itself I have told we need to analyze the rates of the current year. Okay, so in this year how much rate for this material, so we need to know. Okay, so the standard schedule of rates of the current year is the main requirement for preparing an estimate. Okay, so for the requirements for preparing an estimate is like plan, elevation, sections, detailed specifications about workman properties of materials, then standard schedule of rates, okay, of the current year. Okay, so in this slide we are going to study about the purpose of estimate. Okay, so what are the purpose of estimate? The first one is valuation. Valuation means if you're we should know the valuation of the existing property. Okay, if you're seeing a construction or on building means we should know how much the engineers spend for the building. Okay, so if we already knew the rate of the materials, how much cost we should give for the labors, and how much money for a separate works. If we have excavation work, we have for a single work, how much money we needed. So we should know all this. We should know all the details so that we can just value a building. Okay, so valuation means we should have knowledge about how much the engineers or the constructors spend for the building. Okay, that is the valuation of the building. Okay, we should always know the valuation of existing property. Then the second one is inviting a tender. Okay, inviting tender means nothing but comparing the rates and finalizing the contractors based on the quantity rates and work items. Okay, that is inviting a tender. Then sanction project. Okay, project sanction means to give, if you are to give the sanction for the project within the modification in the plan, keeping budget and time in view. It means to sanction a project, the budget and the time of doing a project is very important for sanctioning some project. Okay, for that purpose estimation is very helpful to sanction to get sanction for the project. Okay. Then the fourth one is required material and quantity. It is simple. For doing a construction, how much material is needed, then how much quantity of that material we need. That is the required material and quantity. Next one is cost. Cost is from the starting to the finish, the overall cost of the construction building. Okay. Then labor. Labor means to know the detailed cost of different categories of labor needed. Labor needed like masonry, excavation, RCC work, for plaster, for painting, for each and every work we should have a labor, right? So that labor, how much detailed cost of different categories of labor we can analyze by through this estimation. Okay, so this is the main purpose of estimator. The next one is time. Okay, so we have to always plan the time schedule of construction. Okay, depending upon the cash flow. Okay, cash flow means that is availability of money we have. Okay, so we should have using the estimation we can have the how much we can plan the time. Okay, that is the next one. Then the final one is equipment, tools and plant. Okay, we should know the detailed cost of equipments, tools, plants and machines, machinery to be used in construction. Okay, detailed cost of all these details. Okay, so purpose of estimate is we can know that we can have the knowledge about what is the time required for construction, what is the labor cost required for construction, overall cost of the construction, what is how we can get the sanction for the project, what are the equipments, detailed cost of the equipments and tools, how we can value a building, how we can invite a tender. Okay, so all the details we can get through the purpose of estimate. Okay, these are the purpose of estimation. Okay, so through this estimation we can get all the details. Okay, so the same thing, purpose of estimation means it gives an idea of the cost of work. It gives an idea of time required for the completion of work. It is required to invite the tenders and quotations. It is also required to control the expenditure during the execution of work. Estimate decides whether the proposed plan matches the funds available or not, whether we can finish the project within that amount or not. Okay, this is the purpose of estimation. Then next we are going to enter into types of estimates. Okay, so what are the types of estimate? We have approximate estimate method, then detailed estimate. Okay, so we have two types of estimation, approximate and detailed. So what is approximate estimate? Approximate estimate is made to find out an approximate cost in a short time. Okay, so it is majorly the approximate estimate. It depends upon the judgment, skill and experience of an estimate. Okay, if we have a knowledge about all these details, all the cost of each and everything, or all the works to be used in the construction, if we have a knowledge about that, means we can easily judge. Okay, this much cost only we can use for this building, this much cost only they have put for the project, so we can easily analyze. Okay, that is the main thing for approximate estimate. Okay, so for example, if we have a hostel building, means we can just fix for 100 students 10 lakhs, for per student 10,000, means for 100 students we can get 10 lakhs. Okay, the same for hospital also. So the approximate estimate is prepared from the practical knowledge we have. Okay, and the cost of similar works carried out by the PWD or an architect. Okay, PWD means Public Works Department. They will carry everything in a correct way, right? So we can get knowledge from that. Okay, if you are seeing some PWD building, means we can get some knowledge, practical knowledge using this. Okay, so approximate estimate is nothing but the practical knowledge about the construction. Okay, construction works. So what are the uses of approximate estimate? Okay, so the first one is to give rough idea of the probable expenditure. Okay, so before taking up any project, it is necessary to ascertain whether it can be feasible or not. For this, a rough idea of probable expenditure has to be obtained. So we should always have a rough idea about this much cost is needed for this project, for doing a project. So we should have a rough idea. These are the main uses. Then the second one is for administrative approval. Okay, in case of government and other public works, proper sanction is needed. No, so that if we have a proper sanction, so that the sanction can be given on the basis of approximate cost. Okay, found by the approximate method. Okay, for the administrative approval, we are using approximate estimate. Okay, if we have a correct approximate cost, means the overall budget for this building is this much. So if we have a knowledge, means only we can get a approval. Okay, we can get an administrative approval. Okay, for that building. Okay. Then the third one is for valuation and rent fixation. Okay, so it is necessary to find out the cost of existing reasons. We have so many reasons. Okay, for valuating and rent fixation. if we need to sell or purchase a property, means we should have a knowledge of how much cost is this building. Then framing tax schedules, rent fixations, then insurance requirement. Okay, for all these purpose, this approximate estimate is needed. Okay, so these are the main uses of approximate estimate. It gives a rough idea. Then for administrative approval, for the valuation and rent fixation. So purpose of approximate estimate. Okay, to investigate feasibility. Feasibility means how much it can. Okay, how much it can. It will be within this or not. Okay, that one. Then second one is to save time and money. Okay, to save the time and money. Then to investigate benefit and comparison of cost with utility. Okay, so utility means it is a usage. Okay, so to investigate benefit and comparison of cost with utility. Then adjustment of planning. Then to obtain administrative approval for insurance and tax schedule. Okay, these are about the purpose of approximate. Then the methods of approximate estimate. Okay, approximate estimate is prepared as we have already seen. Approximate estimate is prepared from the practical knowledge and the cost of similar works executed. Okay, in past. We have different structures like buildings, roads, bridges, railways. For every project, we need to first know some we should have a knowledge about what is the cost of doing that project. We should do a estimation. After that only we have to enter into a project. Okay. So this is about approximate estimate. So what are the methods of approximate preparing approximate estimate? So we have 5 methods: plinth area method, cubical content method, service unit method, typical bay method, approximate quantity method. Okay, so we have 5 types of for preparing an approximate estimate. So first one is plinth area method. Okay, this estimate, the plinth area method is based on the plinth area of the building. Okay, the plinth area rate is we can find out by using the plinth area of the building. Okay, so the plinth area estimate is prepared by finding out the plinth area of the building and multiplying by the plinth area. In the next slide. So what is plinth area? Plinth area means, in the picture you can see plinth area means internal and up to plus internal and external walls. Okay, so carpet area means only the internal area. Plinth area means internal up to external. Okay, you can see in the slide. So in this image also you can see that green. Okay, green mentions carpet area, only the internal area. Then build up area means it is a plinth area. Okay, so that blue color outline it shows. Okay, that means internal plus wall area. Okay, so plinth area is generally 10 to 20% more than the carpet area. Okay, plinth area is also called as build up area. Then it is measured at the floor level of any story or at the floor level of the basement. So this means this is the plinth area. So plinth area should be calculated for the cover. These first 3 points are about basic things. Okay, what is plinth area? How we need to analyze. Okay, so plinth area should be calculated for the covered area by taking the external dimensions of the building at the floor level. So this area, plinth area means it does not include area of the courtyard. We should not include in the plinth area. Then open passages. These are the things we should not include in the plinth area. Okay, if we have a multi-storage building means we need to do a plinth area estimate for each story. Okay, for a first floor, for second floor, for each storage we need to analyze separately. Okay. Okay, so the rate of the construction on plinth area equal to cost of the construction by plinth area. Okay, so if we need to calculate the, by using plinth area method, this is a formula. Okay, the rate of the construction on plinth area equal to cost of the construction by plinth area. So cost of the proposed building equal to this one equal to this rate of the construction on plinth area basis into this plinth area. Okay, so cost equal to plinth area into rate equal to cost of the construction by plinth area. Okay, so this is about then the second one is cubical content method. Okay, so cubical content method is also it is an approximate estimate method. So it is prepared on the basis of cubical content of the building. Cubical content means nothing but the length and the breadth and the depth of the building. Okay, that is a depends upon that. This method is we are going to analyze. Okay. So the cubic rate is determined from the cost of the similar building having similar specifications and construction in the locality. Okay, it is more accurate. Okay, as compared to the plinth area estimator. So the cubical content of the building also it must not include foundation, plinth and parapet. Okay, above roof. These are the things we cannot include in the cubical content area. Okay. This method will give approximate cost in all the when compared to other methods, it will give the approximate cost in when compared to the all methods. Okay, so cubical content of the structure can be we can analyze by using total cost of the structure divided by total cubical contents. Okay, cubical content of this method of preparing approximate estimate, we can get the quantity by using total cost of the structure by total cubical contents. Okay, so in this session we have seen overview of estimating and costing, then what is costing, then requirement for preparing an estimate, purpose of estimation, types of estimate, approximate estimate, uses of approximate estimate, then method of preparing approximate estimate, plinth area rate method, then cubical content method. Okay, so in the next session we will continue with the and other types of other methods of approximate estimate. Okay, so these are the textbook. I have included estimating and costing by G.S. Bidhi. Okay, so these are the reference books. Okay, so I will conclude this session. We will see the next session. We will continue. I will continue with the other methods of approximate estimate. Okay, thank you.